Bring on the veto. Let's see how this one is shaping up. Clubhouse gone, Coastline's out of the way, Consulate's out of there. That's all of the seas being decimated. Oregon and Villa as the two picks, Timothy.
Explosives, Jackie. It's never going to end well. You always need to be careful, and right now that is exactly what W7M could be doing. You can just sort of see them really need to make if they want to deal with this Monty. They can't allow him to push his way into corridor because that's exactly what he's going
finally finished off by the pistol of Panico, and you drop it down to just Alibi and Wamai. They're trying to clean up with the rifles in close range as they'll rip their way through the first, dousing the flames of Panico. Adjustment comes out from Freezal though as he'll strike again and tell VNX to try and cool off, leaving it diffuser down. Sickening headshot to try and open up the round, but the issue is Padrin the Padawan, now the master, as he bests them in that encounter and shuts it down, trailblazing on the Thermite. At least leave them with a bit of a wound, but still alive. No, Freezal on the face back around through the window, dunks on drunk.
Closing himself too, and Freezal takes full advantage of that. We can see a battle going on now, and once again, just an inability to deal with the Montagna will leave VNX at the peril.
Realizes, jumping down and biting Bam with both arms, goes on for the second frag as well. Success after success with the shotgun. Vitz in the background as well, popping off in every encounter as he'll behead his way through Guy, leaving him grounded to a fine paste on the floor. How on earth have they been able to...
User has arrived in the hands of Padrin as well. In goes the quick challenge, but VNX and Duds are alive. Vitz as well. Alemo, it's one each for INTZ as they shut down the push, shut down the round. Great plays to put themselves 2-1 in the lead.
And already we're now starting to see the foundations of how INTZ want to play this, right? Round, you've dropped 2. But the response back is just as in kind, leaving us in the 1v2. It's up to Monty. He's got the shield, but he can't keep it in against his face as he gets shanked, throws it up. The shot he will be cocked and he will be dropped. He goes down to the smoke. Alamau teaching him a vital lesson.
Forced to move anywhere, they're pretty secure. A bad time reload there though will allow Duds to get in and get a double onto Geet and Padrin now, and it is not good for W7M as Alamo gets the kill onto Herds. 5 versus 1 and shut down. Duds will finish the perfect round onto Freezau.
The catalyst of Duds into the capitalization there of INTZ on the round.
What impact can Herds have? He does find VNX caught out on the drone, and that is
but he goes back in with the shotty. An unexpected change of events, and it certainly works out well for them, leaving him in a 2 versus 3. If they could have got the follow-up, then maybe there was more to be done, but right now it seems like this story is coming towards its bitter end, unless Padrin can pop off with not 1 but 2. The Stone Cold Killer, as he starts to assert his dominance, dashes out the Nitro, but he doesn't need it. It's the raw gun skill that pays off for W7M. Padrin a Punisher as he peeks in. Kaid with a clean knockout punch. Look at the headshot, Tim. That is filth.
For Vitz to do. He's about to be shut down. Shots in the back. Padrin comes out big. I think that's a 4K on the round. Unbelievable from him. He really is powering this W7M team forward. We picked him out before we started.
For INTZ, and it becoming more of a draw. That is not a nice firefight to get into, though. Alamau tearing them. They've got the early opener, and they keep on getting more as well. Herds charges out, takes down Duds. See you later, Vitz, as he's waved goodbye.
Of all 12 rounds, but that is the reality of what we face now. 5 versus 1. Padrin gets shut down, but not before Herds gets a direct trade onto VNX to close the round out. They won't mind that at all, and that brings W7M back within 1 now. They find themselves 5-6.
You've lost out on your Havana, you've lost another man, scratch that, you've nearly lost the entire team as they're all going down 1 by 1, a cascade of kills coming through. Duds puts up a fight. Are they outmatched? Do they have the skill to clutch it? VNX is proving that maybe they still have enough tussle to try and walk away with this one. Gets a clean adjustment, but it won't matter. A fitting end, a poetic victory. Look who's done it. The big Punisher himself as he walks in, causing a ruckus, cleaning up. Mistakes were made, but he certainly will not be making. That game has got to be devoted to Pedrin. 9 frags after the rehost, an impeccable performance. He's got to be close to about a 20 bomb on that game, Tim. Tim, something with a little bit more sense to it. We've actually got a poll coming through from this one, of course, from the fabulous moderators in chat that keep this looking shit for him to get frosty on this one as he's been taken down, but Herds will reply back in kind on the rook, because Duds, he's going to make a...
The bathroom area as well, and they're just trying to 3 versus 4 Herds. Gee,
seems like when it comes to detonation, they're going to be the ones feeling the devastation. Vitz, though, comes through with a cheeky little headshot. Is actually going to try and rotate in. If he clears the close angle, he won't need to because he'll spree into him. He's been given two. The vital signs now returning to INTZ as Vitz will pop off with two tremendous frags, and he gets the hat trick as he swings out. Panico panicking into the round because that's an ace for Vitz. He is the man behind the movement as he pops off there for INTZ.
And that is exactly down Drunks, and that brings us 4 versus 3. And right now, W7M, they're just looking to hold down this war of attrition at the minute. For every kill that comes in, so long as they get a trade, they are absolutely fine, but they won't trade that one. I was going to say they won't. Alemo kills her. Full control of this area, and I think he's aware. In he goes to challenge with the skeleton key, but with only 8 seconds left, it's going to be a big ask. He gets himself into sight. Can he get the diffuser down? No! Shut down by Panico to finish things off. Good effort from Alemo, but another round for W7M.
No running amok for the buck. Not an opportunity.
A shout, if you're trying to make a play for a top 4 spot, you have to be able to close that out. VNX no expert here, but generally speaking, I think you're right. I don't think a shotgun is the tool of choice.
Bricklayer, Tim, I can tell you this. INTZ right now laying the safe foundations to build. Could be everything as he peeks out. He finds the first, but the corridor conundrum comes back to bite him. You might kill one, but you can't watch both angles at once. His teammate goes down as well, and that's the way they smooth their way over, and INTZ eventually
doing work for them in a minute. Drunks comes in with a big double kill to open things up for Vitz though. For in towards the side here, the diffuser is down, and out comes the nitro. VNX will shut down Guy, and the question needs to be asked pretty quickly here as he gets peeked from that studio. There we go. Pottery Room will see VNX just busting out onto Freezo, shutting him down on the pulse. Going to be another round for INTZ.
Back into this, but VNX needs to clear his close left. He doesn't check his angles, and let that be a lesson to you. As you go in, clear your angles, or you're going to get upset. And he'll certainly be left balling in a corner, as Pedrin is proving to be the big baller, as he will more smart when you go for the execution on towards the site.
He tries to put the moves on him. Alemo with one onto Herds as well, and we get a quick trade between Vitz and Padrin there. So stretch this one all the way. They're looking for a draw or better here. Alemo shuts down Panico, and that leaves us now
conundrums with the PCs that are causing these dropouts to happen. I'm feeling like this is probably going to be the 9th free host.
Utility is just being deluged into sight there to try and open it up, and Panico will open VNX and the vault up by getting a nade kill Padrin onto Duds, and right now it seems like the connection issues are not interfering with them whatsoever as they come in with a flawless round there as Panico finishes things off, and that leaves W7M one away from taking 2 points. Yeah. And right now, he could be seeing his first successful win in the LATAM Professional League here. Vitz will shut down. A lot of work for INTZ to do, and they are on the back foot as Padrin shuts down VNX, and that man could be the one to close this.
Versus 4, outnumbered 2-1. They're certainly not outgunned. Stone Cold killer plays coming through from Duds as he will coming from. Clears close right, jumps out through the window, spots him by the vault door. Good adjustment. That's now a 1 versus 1 against Panico. It's winnable. Stick it if he wants to go for this or go for the raw face. Won't be able to win it on the encounter. The peak goes the way of Panico as he takes him down with punishment, ending him with the SMG and sending this one off as a victory for W7M on Villa.
Huge result for them, really powering them forward there. They closed that out professionally to say that they were having such issues there, Jackie. That is not an easy thing to push out of your mind there.
How you doing, JP?
How you doing, Jack? How you doing? Not that good again. After a loss, I'm here.
Yeah, not ideal. Now, obviously, we've been speaking about it a little bit. It's hard to ignore it. A lot of rehosts in that series. Do you feel like that was an aspect that kind of knocked you for 6 in terms of the momentum?
On Oregon, of course, these kind of problems that we have to face on online tournaments, that's almost nothing we can do about it. But in Oregon, probably when we have the heroes, was a tough round that was 3v1 situation, and the other team won the round. When we got the heroes, we kind of slowed down our game pace. That probably destroyed our Oregon.
It's been a tough day for you again, as you say, JP. Where do you go from here? What you know, if you could pick one thing that you think really needs to change, that is going to push you over the line to those wins that you're so close to, what would it be? What's the missing part?
Actually, I would choose not only one thing, because almost everything we are doing wrong are little mistakes. Everything, just little things For example, the round that was 3v1, the first kill we took, I think was the Nuamai that was on tower. That time when he got up in the tower, dudes, he dropped out of the TeamSpeak, and we didn't know about him because he speak
Oh.
to us, but he's off on TeamSpeak. And he got up in tower, killed two of us. Then that how that it's how round happened.
That
And
is really unfortunate.
yeah, it's not our lucky day today.
No, so it does seem like even behind the scenes, then quite a few technical issues today that have kind of affected, obviously, how INTZ have played in the
Yeah.
series.
So just a little mistakes that we are doing, they are killing us, and we have to work hard on them to make the things work. You know, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Honestly, commiserations for the games today. In terms of the draw, at least on Oregon, it seemed like it was going to be a win as well. With the course the game was going, it felt like it should have been a map to shut down for INTZ. What happened in the final few rounds? It just felt like it all got a bit messy.
So as I said before, when we got the heroes,
Yeah.
our game was very intense and slowed down our pace. And we got back to the game, and we can't back our in the same pace we are before the heroes. So that's what happened.
A couple of tough games coming up now with FaZe and IP. JP, is it what's the plan? Is it a bit of time off tomorrow, a bit of a rest for the guys, or is it going to be straight back to the grind to try and fix those mistakes?
We're going to took 1 day rest, but we are working hard on the 1 day we have to work to play against FaZe and NIP. Actually, they are both teams that we're not that bad to play against. Their play style match our play style, so we can win, of course. But we have to work on that little mistakes that we are making that making our we lost our games.
And finally, JP, anything to say for the fans at home? There's been obviously a lot of people out supporting INTZ throughout the day. Any words for them?
Sorry for today, guys. We are working, believe me. We are working really hard, and I hope the next games we can win to make you guys happy. So keep cheering for us, and thanks again.
Man, thank you so much for popping on. Really lovely to chat to you, JP. It's always nice. Unfortunate games today, man.
Yeah. Thank you, T. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks a lot, JP.